Alright, so I've been accumulating a bunch of retro runners over the years, and here is the result of yet another purchase. So this is a modern take on the rich and heritage Tinker Hatfield design Nike Air Max 1. But before getting started, drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Doing both those things really goes a long way in growing the channel. Also, be sure to follow my various Instagram handles at StuffDylanLikes is my primary one where I share pickups like this, and Stuff Dylan Sells is where I go to, unload a lot of the collection. These might end up on there, who knows. With that all out of the way, we could start with the box and taking a look at it. It's a standard red Nike sportswear one of recent years. If you take a look at the box tag, these are listed as an Air Max 1 Premium with a heightened retail price of $130 back when they released in December of 2018. The colorway on here is Bordeaux Desert Sand, and I got them in a size 10, which is a half size up from my usual 9.5s that I get in Jordans or New Balances. I find the Air Max 1 to run a bit snug, so something like my green curry pair that I have in a 9.5, even though those have pliable materials, they're just a bit too snug, so the 10 has been my sizing of choice for the Air Max 1. I had to pull them out, obviously, and speaking of this green curry Air Max 1 pair, they're both listed as premiums, and I'm just surprised at how much better this Bordeaux pair is. At pretty much every single panel of the sneaker is this Bordeaux color, which is fitting because it's essentially a deep red wine color. So your eye stay, your mid panel, your toe box, all of this stuff is in this premium suede. I love a monochromed colored sneaker like this for the fall and winter, and I'm glad to have gotten these when I did. And for the record, I'm making this in like October, so not sure when it'll upload, but I'm very glad to have this for the current season. The color itself, again, as I mentioned, is a deep red wine color. It looks exactly like the recent New Balance 992 that people have been going crazy about. Those are just a GR as well, like these. But those have been selling out, so this is a nice alternative to it. And speaking of New Balances as well, these remind me of the New Balance 990 V2 that I actually have in the stacks back there. Actually, let me go pull them out. There. This is tight. You can see these are both deep, rich colors, and they have pretty much throughout the uppers is this suede with a monochromed color blocking to it. I think the overall quality of materials on here is pretty nice. The suede throughout has that plushness and that pliability, that color changing effect that most snobs are looking for when talking about suede sneakers. Compared to these New Balances though, I feel like they aren't quite as good. There's just something about this made in USA suede that is different from anything else, pretty much. But while I say that, I think these are quite good for being a Nike sportswear sneaker. I mean, I haven't seen suede like this on really any Nike sportswear shoe that I've had in my collection, so big ups to them. And on the topic of that premiumness, even these laces and the tongue have a premium feel to it. It has that like luxe quilted, I don't really know how to describe it, fabric, but these laces and the tongue just feel so much more plush and premium compared to typical meshes that they use. And you can see here in the back too, the Nike Air stitched branding is in that same Bordeaux color, which is nice, as is the air bubble. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, but you can see it's that same Bordeaux color. Same thing with the outsole. It's the standard Air Max 1 sort of waffle traction pattern, also in a Bordeaux color. The only flavors of contrast is the black text at the Nike Air Max branding at the tongue, as well as the insole graphic at the heel. The light is picking that up, there you go. And then most notably is the desert sand color at the midsole. It's pretty much like the sail color that I rant and rave about from Nike. It's pretty much just an off-white. As for my overall thoughts on this sneaker, I think it's a nice take on the 1987 classic of the Air Max 1. For those of you guys that don't know, the Air Max 1 made its debut in 1987 and has been around ever since. These obviously aren't an OG colorway. Rather, they're a more modernized take, and I think it's a great color for the fall and colder seasons, not so much the spring and summer. I don't think they're the most wearable, obviously, so in my opinion, the best way that I'll pull them off is to be wearing like an all black or an all gray outfit and let these things do the talking. Obviously gonna be mindful when I wear these too. Gonna make sure there's no rain in the forecast because any sort of water hitting suede like this is just a recipe for disaster. The materials overall are pretty nice, as I mentioned. I wouldn't quite pay $130 for these just because I feel like I could use the money on something else. But definitely worth it if you're able to find them for a good deal or on sale. And speaking of that, these were certainly an impulsive buy for sure. I saw them listed on Mercari a long while ago, and I just had them on my radar for whatever reason. I sent a stupid lowball offer in the chat for like $40 shipped on these, and the dude was super cool about it and accepted. So $40 for a brand new, never worn, dead stock pair of Air Max 1s is great, and really on any Nike sneaker, it's an incredible deal, so I'm glad to have scooped these up for that price. Runners like this one really fall under the radar, so I doubt people are going back and are trying to find this specific color. So maybe on eBay you could type in the style code, which I'll have in the description, and maybe you could find yourself a good pair. But really, that's all I have to say about these things. Let me know what you think about this Bordeaux pair of Air Max 1s. Did you know that they existed? Would you go back and track down a pair? Do you think I got a good deal on them? I'd love to read all about it. I've already plugged the Instagram. I mentioned like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so there's nothing really left for me to say. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.